I saw my quarterback, and Waddle tried to restrain me yesterday when we had a little station soiree, a little meeting.
Yeah.
He goes, bro, Caleb was really good on Sunday. He wasn't magnificent. I think I dropped the word magnificent yesterday. Mm-hmm. He said, magnificent, that was maybe the Jacksonville game, or maybe that's Tom Brady. Slow your roll, but he was really good. So I'm going to re-express myself that Caleb was excellent on Sunday.
He was.
I know that we have our quarterback, period. Now I need a staff that matches an emerging quarterback.
Well, with Caleb Williams, I believe that he is going to be the real deal. Mm-hmm. But the only way, Cap, that his excellent play will be realized on a regular basis is if he continues to play like he did on Sunday as a baseline, meaning that what we saw is, God, you and I called the game plan Wednesday and Thursday of last week, Friday of last week. We said, hey, take your layups, run the football. If you got to run the football, whatever you got to do, but just hold on to the football. You don't turn it over, and you just matriculate the ball down the field. And guess what? The game plan that Thomas Brown had is the same one that we had. I'm not saying that we're football geniuses. We're just looking at the previous 3 wins and saying this is what Caleb Williams and the Bears did offensively to win those games, because it wasn't over the top. He wasn't missing, 5 or 10-yard passes. What he was doing is that he was being efficient, and there's nothing wrong with that. Look at the entire league. Yeah, go to a bar and watch all the NFL, whoever's got the NFL package, and just watch these plays. Mm-hmm. They're not all dynamic plays.
No.
Only the upper echelons, even like the Patrick Mahomes or the Josh Allen, they're doing the dynamic plays. But look at this league. It's thrown in from me to you. Cap, I need you to run for the first down. Okay, we're going to run the football. Okay, now, Cap, get to the sticks. All right, that's a 6-yard pat. That's what it is. That's the league, and that's what we want from Caleb Williams and the Bears at a baseline, Cap.
So we had the game on while we were having dinner last night at the restaurant, and I'm watching Joe Mixon. They have the ball inside the 20 in the red zone.
Yeah.
And C.J. Stroud delivers a pass a little low, and Mixon drops it at like the 2.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, they look like they're struggling to score like we are. At times, everybody looks pedestrian. And then there are times they look really freaking good.
Yeah, but then
I want us to be that.
Teams find a way. I watched that game yesterday, too, with the Texans and the Cowboys, where you see, like, Cooper Rush has to throw the ball 55 freaking times yesterday.
Oh, it was a joke.
I mean, just McCarthy's just emptying out the whole playbook, trying to just score. How would you like to throw the ball 55 times and have 10 points? That's what happened with the Cowboys yesterday. All I'm telling you is that with Caleb Williams, when we talk about all the issues with the Chicago Bears, Cap, Caleb Williams might be on the list, but it's low on the list for me. Because take a look at the wins that the Bears have had when Caleb was right, when the offensive line was right. Mm-hmm. A lot of things that we bitch about with the Bears, not just us, but just Bears Nation. We talk about the coaching. We talk about the infrastructure of the organization with polls and with and what's going on with the McCaskies. But with Caleb Williams, remember, keep your eyes on the prize.
Yep.
The prize is chasing greatness. And that's the centerpiece of that is Caleb Williams. That whole chasing greatness that you talk about, the centerpiece is Caleb Williams. And so I was very pleased by what we saw on Sunday. I hope he can keep it going, because that keeps the offensive line out of the newspaper, out of the headlines.
Correct.
When you get the ball out as quickly as is, and when's the All-22 fall? Today? Okay.
I'll be on it this afternoon.
Still got to look at it, Cap, even though we know what the end result is. We know how the movie ends on Sunday. Mm-hmm. But we still got to take a look at how quickly the ball got out, where the offensive line was not the issue.
I was listening to Tom Brady yesterday from the broadcast.
Yeah.
And to listen to Brady when he made the back shoulder throw to Rome in that final drive, where he literally goes, that is I think he said sensational throw. Sensational. Mm-hmm. So, and he did not take off, automatic eject the pocket. He looked first for his receivers.
Yeah.
Gone. And he got out yesterday, I believe it was 2.47 seconds. I have it saved here. He got out 262, sorry. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, per True Media Sports, thank you, Kevin Fishbane, for posting this, had an average time to throw of 2.62 seconds, a season low. His EPA, expected points added, there you go, Carm, versus the blitz was 0.86, second best mark of the season for him, and his 101.3 passer rating on third down is a 2024 season high for Caleb Williams.
And what that means is that all the things that we talked about yesterday and reviewing that game against the Green Bay Packers, Caleb Williams is not one of the things that we complained about, because what he was able to do is first of all, got the crowd into it, because you could tell that he was feeling it, Cap. I said yesterday, like, he's in his bag. What that means is, like, he's feeling himself. He's feeling a rhythm with the offense that we have not seen in a while.
That is correct.
Because now we're on a 4-game losing streak.
That is correct.
But I just thought that Caleb looked good in the 4 wins. And in the growing pains I talked about in the summer is what we're seeing right now. The growing pains is not necessarily all on Caleb. It is some of it, especially during the losses when he holds the ball too long and does loop-de-loops behind the line of scrimmage. But the growing pains also is with the organization. Are you ready to be able to seriously take care of Caleb Williams in this offense to be able to be a perennial playoff team? Are you ready for that? Mm-hmm. It's one thing to say, here's our centerpiece, Cap, chasing greatness, Caleb Williams. But yet your offensive line is not where it needs to be. But your head coach is not where he needs to be, where you're firing coaches left and right because you're trying to save your job as Matt Eberflus. Don't forget the goal. The goal is to take care of Caleb Williams.
Correct.
That's number one. You want a franchise quarterback? I mean, listen, you got to take care of him if you want to be able to have a good franchise and have a franchise that's moving in the right direction. You can't have this as a centerpiece and then the rest of it's rickety. Can't do that, Cap.
Cannot.
Can't do it.
You cannot. 100%.
So that's all.
So I've got a stat for you that I'm going to give you a little bit later in the show, maybe after we break. I'm going to give you a stat that DraftKings came up with that is literally unbelievable.
Is there anything I can gamble on?
If you had the knowledge of what the stat reveals, there would have been no way you could have gotten a bet down, but $1 would have made you one of the wealthiest people in Illinois.
It's just $1.
$1.
You know that's bananas what you're saying there.
And if you'd have thrown a C note on it, you could have bought the Bears.
Oh, is that good?
It's that good.
Okay, so you're saying that it's so good that I may not show up for work the next day. It's that kind of thing. From a money standpoint.
You would not have been. You would have, if you found out at 7:10 and 29 seconds that, like it is now, that you hit this bet, you had 100 on it, you'd be gone by 7:11.
I don't think that's
And you'd
true.
be in your car by 7:12, even though it's a 6-minute walk.
Yeah.
You would have skipped all the way.
I don't think that's true. You talked about Tom Brady. Tom Brady on Fox talking about Caleb Williams, just the way he scrambled because...
What can Brown do for you?
Well, today's Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. I mean, our friends at Next Gen, it's not just been with the arm of Caleb Williams throwing it quicker than ever, but his legs, 49 yards, right? Just with the scrambling, it's killed Green Bay.
Great job running, great job getting the ball out of his hands. He's had 5 sacks on first down this year. You never want to take a sack on first down. So the answer is, how do we change the scheme in order to make sure the ball's coming out of his hands? We're not going from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 16. We're just going to try to stay ahead, keep our third downs manageable. And you alluded to the fact is the best they've been on third down. It's 1st and 2nd down execution. Play design leads to more manageable third downs, leads to more time of possession. Really has factored so much into the score, being 19-14 at this point.
Now, Caleb was sacked 3 times, and we remember those back-to-back sacks. I think it was 1st and 2nd down that led to
the last drive.
3rd and 19, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then he rallied the troops. But that was not him holding the ball too long on those sacks. He got jailbreaked. Mm-hmm. So, but again, I'll put the tape on today. But, you know, massive difference between what he does and what Justin did here. And that's not a shot at Justin. It's praise for what Caleb was able to do. It's funny, he has a long pregame chat with Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. That combined with Thomas Brown talking about get the ball out of your hands, and if there's nobody open, eject the pocket. Let's go, rather than hero ball.
Did anyone else notice watching
how much Tom Brady clearly loves Caleb Williams.
He loves him. They've developed a relationship. And by the way, the people out there that are denigrating Brady as a broadcaster are dead wrong. He's really good. I like him. I'm not telling you he's as polished in the booth as Greg Olson already is. I'm telling you, Tom Brady's a great listen.
He was better on Sunday.
It's like anything else, though, Cap. It's your first time broadcasting. You have to be able, with reps, he's going to get better and better. That's all. And you could just tell that the competitor in him is still there.
Oh, no question.
It's still there.
He's probably up in the when he's standing on that field or up in the booth. I could freaking be doing this.
His hands are shaking.
Tried to save my marriage. Damn.
I think his hands are shaking when he's up there because he feels like he could still be out there doing it. And at some point that will go away. But I can hear it in his voice.
Correct.
But no, there's a teaching there. And just like anything else, he's going to get better.
That's it.
And that's really a big change for usually all-time greats, because usually all-time greats are not very good in the booth.
Right.
So you could ask Magic Johnson that.
Right.
So very difficult.
Isaiah.
It's tough for some of those guys.
It is.
100%.
So
let's talk about we know what's going on with the Bears. They're 4-6, 4-game losing streak. Things are not going in the right direction. However, the saving grace, and it's not. Keep in mind, we're not talking about moral victories. We're just pointing out Caleb Williams and his 23 for 31, good for 231 yards, and his quarterback rating of 83.3. We're asking you the question, Bears fans. Did Sunday's game against Green Bay alleviate your concerns for Caleb Williams?